Friends, good evening. This is Ram Murla again. Yesterday we discussed about data. We tried to define the data. I didn't define the data. We tried to redefine the data so that everybody can actually really understand what is data. Right. So now what is data? So data is a group of collection of digital items, right? And the data is divided into three kinds of classifications. The first classification is the structured data, the second one is the semi-structured data, and the third one is unstructured data. When I was actually talking about these things, a friend of mine immediately said, "Oh, unstructured data, it's called big data." I beg to differ. Big data is not unstructured data. Yes, unstructured data is a part of big data, but unstructured data is not big data. However, what is big data? What is the difference between data and big data? I don't see any difference between data and big data. Big data also can be classified into structured data, semi-structured data, unstructured data. What is the difference between now? Why are we calling it as big data then? Why are we giving so much of importance? So let me tell you, the big data is a pretty recent term coined by different kinds of people. I don't even know who is that, but there is a person called Doug Laney who kind of I defined three different words called volume, velocity, and variety. He works for Gartner now. So volume, velocity, and variety. What does it mean? Volume. Data does occupy space, logical space anyway, in the memory. As I said earlier, I am speaking only from the information technology perspective, and in information technology perspective, memory is a finite storage. So data occupies some space, and that space once upon a time used to be very expensive. So it used to be virtually impossible to store huge amounts of volume anyway. But since last few years, the storage space has become so cheap. When I started my career in information technology back in early 90s, I used to work on a PC on which the removable disk has a maximum capacity of 1.44 megabytes, and the memory of the personal computer used to be 640 kilobytes. Now, can you work on 640 kilobytes of space? And that used a PC, we used to call it as PC-80, PC Advanced Technology. Used to have about 1 megabyte of memory or 2 megabytes of memory, and about 20 megabytes of hard disk drive. That used to be very expensive computer. So now you know that storage facilities that are available in the information technology, they are in the terms of terabytes. So with the advent of volumes, the data collection has become so easy that we have stopped worrying about volumes anymore. Velocity. Once upon a time, data used to come, and the latency of the data when it is generated and the data reached the central server used to be huge. But now the data is coming, like for example, something happened in California, and that information is known to somebody in New Zealand, the other side of the world, in few seconds time, right? So the velocity has become very fast. and the variety. Different kinds of data. Structured data, like different kinds of records about certain things, about human beings, about customers, about employees, about things like cars, airplanes, the data coming from various what do you call data capturing devices, data acquisition sensors, and of course pictures, videos, digital pictures, text, and so many other things, voice, tweets, Facebook posts, etc., etc. So different kinds of varieties. So Doug has actually defined three varieties. Now people, the scientists, the great men, great people have devised a couple of other things. One is the variability, the other one is the complexity. Let's discuss about complexity. Once upon a time, data used to be about customer, human resources. Data used to be about employee. Data used to be about the product. Data used to be about the service, but not anymore. Data used to be about everything that you see, breathe, smell, feel every day. So that increases the complexity of the data. The amount of data, the kind of data that you get is enormous. So the complexity is equally enormous. The second one is variability. In addition to the increasing velocities and varieties of data, data flows can be highly inconsistent with periodic peaks. What does it mean? For example, the Prime Minister of India visited United Kingdom a few months ago, and that actually created a huge trend of people posting on Facebook, Twitter, etc., etc., and various social networking. Good things, majorly good things, including me, of course, majorly good things about Prime Minister's visit to United Kingdom, and some people also posted bad things about him. So, such kind of events trigger the huge amount of jumps in the social networking activities. Likewise, certain events also might invoke and trigger the data to be coming. So basically, variability. So from one time to the other time, the data flows, the volumes, varieties, and rest of everything, complexities, etc., would be varying between from time to time. So that is variability. So these are the different things that we need to really worry about when we are discussing about the big data. As I said, big data doesn't exist. Data and big data, there is no difference. The way we look at the data, the way we analyze the data, the way we run the predictive analytics, the way we run the reports has changed for good. So that's the technology which we call it as big data now. So from tomorrow, I am going to release some videos in which there will be some presentations, also mentions about various case studies. First of all, I will take a case study from a bank, how a bank can take advantage of the big data and how the bank can actually get benefit out of the big data. What are the different things the bank can do about the big data? I will discuss about these things. Thank you very much. Have a great day and weekend.